the new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Beginning operation.
An honor, to be sure. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Low heavy. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Turns it up a notch, takes a big gamble and rip KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Blocks the impact. Sticks the jump in. From up above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Grabs and throws them away. Going in, picks the air throw. Hits them with a stop and block. Light lead is there, but still, and it's Chernobyl. That's not gonna hit. Gotta do better than that. Player 2 meets them air to air. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Oh, what a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight. Excuse me.
A jump. Barely blocks the jump in. Denies the drive reversal. Loses some meter and a bit of hope there. Experiencing burnout. All the throw connects. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. Solid anti-air. Keeps him out. Drops them from the air. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Low heavy. Player 1 is in a clutch anti-air. A real test of nerves here. Wraps it up with a throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Departure set. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Sticks the jump in. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Jump, hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. A critical situation for both fighters. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Jumps in. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Out of drive game. Now's the time. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Cross up. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Player 1, there's the wall splash. They can't do anything now. What'll happen here? Crowns him from above. Doesn't set the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Is that it then?
Fight round. Fight.
This is it. Chases him down. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Player 1 will escapes with the reversal. Jumps in. Player 1 has the super cape. This is gonna hurt. Super art to show off what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Burns out. Okay, here we... Oh my god, they just choked it up. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with Burnout. All the throws connects. What now? The Krigloff skewers him. Drops him hard. Are they going to be able to come back? Give him the biscuits and the tea. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta stop. Sets up with the jump in. Medium. I called it. I called it. The brain on this fighter to fit for the counter in that situation. Oh man, who's gonna take this? It is over. Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. That drive impact is blocked. All right, what's coming up next? They hit each other. Grabs them. Taking stock. Long low attack hits. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? One combo can end this round. Right sneaks in the throw. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Uses the gauge for a super. Shifu Jinrai doing the business. Will that super be the turning point? Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. They back the opponent into the corner, now to apply the pressure. Player 1 is in burnout, drives off the table. Goes low. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Quick springs forward with the drive rush. Still scrapping for control of the space. Both fighters planning something? Brushes that off and keeps going. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Flashes him. This may be it. Both strong critical. What's gonna happen?
Meaningless efforts.
Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. Big gauge difference here, and both fighters are almost up. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Quick dash. This is gonna hurt. Throws him. Quick dash him. Clutch right by air. Tatsu's out of the quick dash. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2, all the throw connects. Oh, here we go. Impact squash. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Excellent block.
I must refute.
Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Hits them with a quick low kick. Player 1 delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Big counter. Was looking for that jump attack. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Blocks the jump in. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Long low attack hits. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Burns the drive gauge. That's some big get-some. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps, gets the pair, drive rush to keep it going. Experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stop and bomb. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Looking for a chance. Tatsu's out of the quick dash. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Or are we going to see a comeback here? Ooh! What a sick counter! It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this point. Barely. Ooh, what a smart throw! Jumps in. Player 1, all in with a rush. Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Player 1 can't use all the throw connects. Oh, here we go. Grounds him from above. plenty of health, full gauges, let's go! Player 2 is in a big punish counter on reaction. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. What now? Only anti-air in the clutch. Anything this time to bust this out? They're in the court. It is over. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that
A new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Here's to a fair fight.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Just out of range for that throw. Nice cross-up. The jump in catches them. Knockdown. Snipes them out the air. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Anticipated that counter and blocks. Jumps up. Scrapping it out, hits them with a stopping block. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Doing some quick planning. Experiencing burnout. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Doesn't miss a beat. Not much life difference. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Looking to impress with this super. Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call. Couldn't finish them off. Can they still take the round? Meets them air-to-air, a fireball at that range? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Jump in finds the mark. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach. Will this super art connect? Spends it on the super art. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player 2 has in there! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. 3-volt ices them. Checks them with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Scrapping it out up close. Dashes up. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Took him to the corner in a flat. Drops him from the air. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big fires off the Chernobyl. What were they thinking? And could send them to another dimension. Taking jump uses their drive gauge. Can they use their resources wisely to flatline them? Player 1 stays the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It hits them with a stopping block. Takes the chance to hurt him. What's going to follow the combo? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Was looking for that jump attack. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 2 chases them down. Very solid corner KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Had the radar up and running. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chance. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 has an empty drive, fires off the normal. What'll happen here? Shows the medium kick? Meets them air to air. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage here. Orbalan! Are we gonna see a KO? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Brushes that off and keeps going. Throwing some shade. Jump. Digs in deep to get that drive in. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Punish counter on reaction. Bring in the heat. Come on now, let me hear you say it. Shinryu. Bet that hurt. Player 2 is up, turns out. Rake him. Player 1, low heavy, but no go. Amazing. What are they gonna do? Checking with the fire. How will they react? The Triglav skewers them. A real test of nerves here. Okay, nobody blinks. Okay, here we go. Let's get it. Jump! Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Taps him on the dome. Ugh. Oh my God, raw super. This can lead to some big damage. This is a critical moment. Oh, are you kidding me? Player 1 has got...
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
An honor to be sure.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Stands firm and blocks the drive-in. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Knockdown. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive and fold for the throw. That's what they came for. A quick breather. Closing moments of the match. The super doesn't KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. From low heavy to can't tech the throw. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how hits them with a stop and bomb. I can't keep track of these corner switches. What'll happen here? Looking for a chance. Player experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something and fold for the throw. That's what they came for. Player 1 will look, brush that off, and keep going. Looking to impress with this super.
Hear how this ends.
Interdiction! Nothing's gonna save them now. Say goodbye to that light bar! Bomb critical! What's gonna happen? This is gonna kill! No doubt about it!
Take all of it!
Closes it out! Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Big throws. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Was that a good decision? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Life lead is opening up, but that gets KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jumps? Hits them with a stopping block. Dealing a nice chunk of damage. What a payoff. No holding back. Goes all out for the big damage. They were expecting that drive impact. Experiencing burnout. Going in? Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Burnout activates. Still slugging it out at this range. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over. This could lead to some big damage. Knockdown and... in with the phalanx. Keeps them out. This is gonna hurt. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Oh my, what a finish! Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Were they baiting them into that? Decent return on that combo. You can't hesitate when a chance like that presents itself. Is this a sign of what's to come? From up above. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off here. And they opt for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Grabs him. That throw will do some good damage. Puts the super armor to good use. Player 1 will hit them with a stopping bomb. Knockdown and there's a change of sides. Gets out of the corner. Sneaks in above, experiencing burnout. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. They're going for the super art? Just goes for it at this range. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tree glove. So, what's next? Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Both gets him with a Euro step. Good decision with that throw. What now? Dangerous range here. This is the time to believe in your ability. Steps up. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. What a finish. Player 2 made all the...
a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Gets a chance with that jump in. Ooh, what's this? There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Had the radar up and running. Got their eye on the air. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. The jump-in is denied. Good job, block KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Shoots off a fireball up close. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Holds out with the block. Grabs them. Good work staying in throw range there. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2, perfect execution with the anti-air. This can lead to some big damage. Amazing! A real test of nerves here. Stun City flatlines them. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. Starts off zoning with fireball. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Ooh, what's this? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 2 has the life lead. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 2 looking to cook him up, weaving that super art into the combo. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Going in, next hit will end the round. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 digs in deep to get that drive in. Closing moments of the match. Burnout action. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Grabs them. Closes the gap for the grab. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. What's the next move? Reads the throw and shuts it down. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Were they baiting them into that? It's back with the drive attack on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous drive rush to keep it going. Super Arts on deck for knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. The jump gets him with a Euro step. A quick breather. They are not getting close to each other. Life lead is there, but strong critical. What's gonna happen? The engagement here will have experiencing burnout. They gotta go. Borderline incoming. Player 2 can't use any drive move. Gets the tips with the low heavy. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Dash! Genius read with that throw escape. Low heavy. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Just goes for it at this range. Burns out. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious reversal. Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out, but the sets up with the jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Both fighters are down to half life. A jump in clutch anti-air. Sticks out a kick. Dash! All the throw connects. What's next? Player uses their drive gauge. Player 1 walls flat into the guard break. Player 1 with the rhythm. Oh, the shot pays off. Player 1 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight.
An honor to be
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Well-timed command throw there.
now observe there.
Player 2 has the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Both sides looking for an opening. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. All right, what's coming up next? Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 is in a pretty good picks the air throw. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Quick breather. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Through the door. Breaks the block with a throw. Nice counter. Life lead is there, but knew the throw was coming. The daring air throw does it. Player 2 comes away with the win. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Well-timed command throw there. Oh, the air throw falls short. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off. Fires off at the okay. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sees it coming and blocks it out. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Goes for the throw. Hits them with the counter throw. Hits them with a stop and block. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call. Hanging by a thread. Just need one final push. Player 2, a daring impact to wrap up the round. Player 2 comes away with the...
challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Here's to a fair
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Blocks the jump in. The jump in is denied. What's the play here? Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. Okay, creating some space here. Projectile to try and change the situation. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Big counter. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Throwing some shade. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Spends some drive gauge on the reversal. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Oh, says no to the impact. Players experiencing burnout. What'll happen? Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. All the throw connects. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? One chance here may end this flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Brushes off the impact. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Strings it all together. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Closes the gap for the grab. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Checks them with the projectile. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Takes them all the way to KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Hits them with a stop and block. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. What a reaction. Overdrive jackknife. What'll happen? Just goes for it at this range. Fires off the Tenobo. A quick breather. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Crowns them from above. All the throw connects. Can they create enough? Oh my god, they just choked it up. Big drive gap now. What now? The low. Critical art now. Gets him with a Euro step. Drives impact misses. What a finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. It's a good job of pushing back. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Throws him. What's next? Taking stock. Parries to cancel the fireball. Throws them to negate the block. Gets the jump in. Life lead opens up. Makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Will that drive impact get punished? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Chernobyl! You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Takedown! Hits them with a stopping bomb. 3-volt ices him. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Creep the low. Throwing some shade. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Can they create an opportunity for themselves? Ooh, what a smart throw! A quick breather. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen?
Hits that with confidence. Dazzles them with a flurry.
Player 2 can't.
Yo! Critical art now? Let the Chernobyl rip.
What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Nothing stops this train.
Rebound! A jump in? Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Gets the side switch. What now? Dangerous range here. A trade. Now what? Takes it. Turns out. Player 1. Wow, that throw did some juicy damage.
Nice air slasher.
They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. What are they gonna do? Okay, here we go. One player isn't. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Gets into perfect fireball range.
Meaningless efforts.
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. Are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Here's to a fair.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a good read on their opponent. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Goes for a driver. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Time's the only thing moving here. Feeling out the spacing. Reglove! Misses the drive impact. Player 2 is gonna hit them with a stopping pop. Fires off the Chernobyl. Knockdown and both fighters are just about done. Big meter gap here that may be a factor. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna come from behind to pick up the win? They took advantage of every chance.
Round 2.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Very solid Tomahawk Busters. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Spends some drive gauge on the reversal. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive rush to keep it going. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 in dire straits with burn. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps up. There's the change of sides. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Grabs and throws them away. Charges forward. Gets a risky buck in. Boom pumps the brakes on the impact. Quick breather. Connects with the throw. Getting it all on the drive rush. Nails the 3-bone. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Doesn't check the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Cleared for landing. Blocks it. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 1 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Their spacing is a good decision with that throw. Hits them with the counter throw. Gets them with a Euro step. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Drops them. Betting it all on the drive rush. Condor Wind is helping them start a storm. No! Critical art now?
Meaningless efforts.
This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna take it? Drive impact misses. Dangerous range here. Closes in. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that footman. Wow, Saturn waited for this opening. Were they baiting them into that? Gets the combo. Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. The impact gets blocked. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge heats it up with a combo into super. Starting something with the super. Player 2 goes for the super art. Did well to get the buff in there. Takes a trip. The jump in catches them. Getting into gets them. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Springs forward with the drive rush. Going in, Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Experiencing burnout. Knockdown and Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Jumps in. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Cleared for landing. This can lead to some big damage. But what were they thinking? Oh, yo! Rock super here? Hooks them. This is going to deal some big damage. Burns out. Flatline zone. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Jumps. Pumps the brakes on the impact. And whiffs. They're wide open. Handle with care. You can't jump drive impacts. All the throw connects. Getting up close and personal. Excellent block. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Throws them. Oh, here we go. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Dives in. Gets him with a Euro step. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Forward rush. Player 1 needs to wait this out. There's the burnout. Player 1 is in burnout. Burns out. Here comes the corner pressure. Takes them for a ride on the Thunderbird. This can lead to some big damage. One player is in burnout. They are done! Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Cleared for landing. Gets a risky buff in. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Fires off the turnover. The super doesn't hit. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Both fighters planning something? Oh God, this is tense. They both back off to refocus. Who will make the drive rush to keep it going? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Ooh, there's a side that closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone hit them with a stop and pop. Were they baiting them into that? It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge check.
Show me your strength!
Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 is working with a better game. Going on the offensive? Still struck. Oh, what's this? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Going in? Dives in! Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Noticeable life lead is a drive impact misses. Jumps, tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Oh, he tomahawk buster to shut him down. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Player 2, how did they anticipate that jump in? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Steals back a chance. Looking for a chance. Hits him with a stop and bop. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the... Gets him with a Euro step. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Player 1 with the lead. Will they go for offense? Drive impact misses. That back row was huge. Just like Big Papa. Player 2 with the rhythm. Owning them. Whips. They're wide open.
Meaningless efforts.
This is going to hit for a critical arc. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves.